As We Heal is a space for open conversation, personal stories, and diverse perspectives. The experiences shared in this episode are unique to each individual and may not reflect the experiences of others. Nothing discussed should be taken as professional advice. Please consult an appropriate professional for support relating to your own health, well-being, or circumstances.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of As We Heal. And today we have Jahnvi. I know so many of you who are maybe watching this right now or who end up going onto Jahnvi's page afterwards will know that she comes from a place of such vulnerability and openness. And it is hard to do that. And today I actually want to be able to talk about the content that you create and talk about not just the incredible hair inspo and makeup lifestyle inspo, but the deeper things that you share about your healing journey. Obviously, this podcast is called As We Heal, and I think we spend so much time in our lives healing from different things that we go through, and being able to share it, there is something so powerful about that in a way where it inspires others and reminds others that when they feel like they are in the pits of darkness, that they are not going through it alone. And I love that about you. So yeah, I'm really excited to be able to talk to Jahnvi today, and let's get into it.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, do you want to share a little bit about yourself, and to anybody who doesn't really know about you, what kind of content do you create? What do you love to do? What do you love to share? And a little bit about your journey.
I think the type of content that I make is started off very lighthearted, very much my hair, my skincare, about my life, very surface level, and I didn't think it would have gotten to this kind of level of like deepness, but I think that just came naturally with my life. I love sharing all parts of my life, whether that's good or bad, and most of the time it looks bad. I know it looks like there's a lot of bad, but I can assure you that there is a lot of good to it as well. But yeah, that's the kind of content that I make, and I try to do 50-50, but it's kind of how I feel in the moment. I don't shy away from my feelings, or I don't like coming online and pretending that everything's fine.
Yeah.
I love just being my authentic self and hoping that comes across to everyone.
I love that. And sometimes, do you know what? Sometimes I'm scrolling, and when I tell you, I've probably saved a ridiculous amount of videos to recreate hairstyles that you do. I don't have near enough as much hair as you, but I do try. And I see those videos. I love those videos, but there is this different kind of love that I have for the videos that you create when you are talking about something that you've gone through, but you also have this perspective on what you go through, which I think is so amazing. Sometimes when we're going through something, being able to create content from it, because I've done it myself on my own page, it actually allows you to reflect. And I never realized how amazing that is actually for the creator themselves. And I know sometimes when people scroll through social media and they're like, why is she filming herself talking about this? But there's something very healing about it. So I have a few questions, and I'm just excited to get to know more about you, but in a different way that I don't know about you. So the first thing that I wanted to ask is, you're someone that shares a lot online. So was that always natural for you?
I think when I first started creating content, it was my fashion content on Instagram, and I never really did any talking videos. It would be mostly me just showing off my fashion. I would do some talking videos where I would show my personality, and I loved coming online and being like funny and then making jokes. But I think with what's gone on in my life recently, it's so natural for me to talk about it. And I think I made one video about the situation that I was going through, and the amount of DMs and comments that I got saying they're going through the same and it feels relatable and they just don't feel alone anymore. I think that's what's made me feel like I can keep doing this, because if I can make one person feel less lonely, I'm going to do that.
I love that. And if anyone who's watching this who doesn't know what you've gone through, in a way that you can summarize, what would you say that is?
Oh, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of not knowing who I am, like on a journey of trying to find myself in the best way possible, but everything is a roller coaster, so it's always up and down. I think mostly not choosing myself, and now being able to finally choose myself. But mostly, yeah, just heartbreak in all sorts, friendships, relationships, all of that has been, it's been a lot in my life.
Yeah. So my next question is, do you think sharing has helped you heal, or sometimes sharing on social media might make things harder?
I have never been the type of person to think sharing online or posting online is bad. Mm-hmm. For some reason, for me, I don't see it as when I post something, it's going to reach thousands of people. I post it and to me, it's gone.
It's done.
It's done. Don't have to revisit it, nothing like that. So, in my opinion, sharing isn't a bad thing. I think it has helped me heal. I think finally talking about it has, like you said, given me time to reflect, and it's like a form of just letting go.
Yeah.
As soon as I talk about it, I feel so much better. I love watching back the video and thinking, that was good. That sounds poetic, and it hopefully comes across to people.
Have you ever done this thing of watching back a video that you've now filmed in a really tough time, maybe about 6-7 months ago? You watch back that video and you're like, wow, I've actually come so far from that.
Yeah. I feel the same about journaling and writing my diary.
Yeah.
When I was like 15, I used to write every single day, and I still read it now, and I cry because I'm like so proud of how far I've come. So it is a sort of a form of journaling.
Yeah.
It's just a video version.
And I love that because it just popped up, like it made a thought pop up in my head. You know, even if someone's not directly on social media, there are ways that you can private videos, right?
Yeah.
Post a private video. People who want to document parts of their life could post private videos to only look back at them and be like, wow, actually, no, do you know what? I was really stuck in the mud there, but I have come out of it.
Yeah. 100%.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
And when it comes to, you know, heartbreak, because you said that that's something that you have gone through and really experienced, what did that actually feel like for you outside of what was shared on social media? So on a day-to-day basis, you know, how did you navigate that?
I think navigating it was really difficult. Every single time you can have one heartbreak and then the next one will hurt just as much, even if you've done the healing before. It's gonna hurt again and again. It's never gonna take the weight off heartbreak. I think the way that I have navigated it probably wasn't the best way in that moment, but I also think everything that has happened has happened for a reason, and it is who I am. It has made me who I am today.
So you've obviously posted videos about going through the heartbreak and things that you're doing to help, but was there a difference between how you actually navigated it and what you posted on social media, or were you just navigating it in that raw same way?
I think I was navigating it in that raw same way. I think when I talk to the camera, I'm also talking to my friends about it. I'm calling Jess on the phone, crying. It's also crying myself to sleep every night. The heartbreak to me was, I felt so betrayed. I felt worthless. I felt like there was no point. And that's not right. A heartbreak shouldn't make you feel like that, and it's not a reflection on you. It's just how it's your emotions in the moment.
Yeah.
It doesn't define you. It doesn't make you less of a person. It's something that just happened to you. And I also think healing is actually really beautiful as well. I love when, it's going to sound so weird, but I love when girls that I know have been in a relationship and then they break up and then they're in that stage of healing, because they just do everything for themselves.
Yeah.
And I love that.
That you're finally the priority.
Yeah, finally.
And I think naturally as women, do you feel like we tend to be nurturers? So we're constantly nurturing this other person who might not necessarily understand how to nurture us back. But because we're pouring into every single cup except for our own, when we do go through that breakup and that shift, as hard as it is, we're finally only just pouring into our own cup.
Yeah. But it is also really difficult to pour into your own cup when you've never done it.
You've never done it.
It's really uncomfortable. It's weird putting yourself first because you've never done it before. So it's getting out of that and trying to just be there for yourself as much as you are there for other people.
And I know you said earlier, when you dealt with heartbreak, you don't feel like you did it the right way. Do you think there is a right way?
No. There is no right way.
There is no right way. No. I've gone through heartbreak myself many years ago, and maybe more so recently also. And it's just messy. And you don't realise it, but at some point it unravels. But it takes time.
It takes time.
How would you describe the feelings and the emotions that you experience on a day-to-day basis to somebody who's never been through anything like this?
Oh my God, it feels like your whole world is crashing down. This person that you literally used to speak to every single day was your best friend, who you would share little random texts with saying, oh, my train's late, or oh, my bus didn't come. Like, those little trivial things now is gone. It's like losing your best friend. If you're in the right relationship, then it feels like you're losing your best friend. And that can shift your whole entire world, because you lean on them for comfort. And like I said before, pouring into your own cup is difficult if you've never done it before. So going from being with someone who takes care of you, like protects your feelings, to getting rid of that, if you're not there to protect your feelings, who is then? So that's why you feel uncomfortable in that moment.
And I think it's so wonderful to see, and this is just me seeing this, one, as your friend, but also just on social media now. Even as someone who's not experiencing heartbreak right now, the content that you create still reminds me to fill my cup. You posted something the other day and you were like, I'm feeling anxious, so I'm cleaning up my whole room and my whole space. Your anxiety was probably coming from a place of heartbreak, but that anxiety that you were experiencing, I too was experiencing for a separate reason, and I was like, I need to tidy up. So in terms of healing, what did or does that look like for you when no one is watching?
Oh my God. It looks like having a panic attack and comforting yourself, like rocking yourself until you feel better. It's reaching out to people constantly, talking about your feelings, crying on the phone. It's listening to sad music just to make myself even more sadder in the moment, because who loves that? Like, everyone loves that. It's not getting on with my day. It's rotting in bed. It's just feeling the emotions, and if that means binge watching a TV show for the entire day, then so be it. But it's those quiet moments which are the worst. It's the ones where there's no distractions. And I think for me, previously, distractions were like my worst enemy. I hated distractions because I knew as soon as the distraction was over, I know exactly how I'm going to be feeling after that. And I don't like the highs and lows. I like feeling neutral. But for me, it's either I feel 100% or I feel nothing. So I don't like distractions. And I think this time around, very recently, I did the opposite. I used the distractions. I got myself to events. I got myself out of bed. I think that's why I was able to navigate it quite well this time around, because I did get on with my life after those 2 weeks of mourning. Because it did shift my entire world. It made me think differently. It made me trust people differently. It changed me as a person, and I don't like the fact that people can do that to you. Like, it angers me.
Yeah, I agree. And do you feel like there's certain things this time that you have done, for example, whether it's journaling or, like you said, you're getting up and you're going to an event, do you think there's things that you've had to be really strict with yourself about? Like, no, this is a non-negotiable. I'm going to do this for myself because it will make me feel good.
Yeah, it's been rocky, but I've been taking time to just do the distraction, but also feel the emotion. And I think it's surprising, as much I know I'm a really emotional person and I show my emotions online and I'm sensitive, I actually don't like feeling the emotions. And I know that's crazy, but I don't like being sad. I don't like being anxious. I post it online because it makes me feel better and hopefully it reaches someone to make them feel better. But I actually don't usually go through the emotions. I love sweeping it under the rug and kind of hoping it kind of goes away. But this time round, I'm letting myself just take 10 minutes and cry and maybe look at old photos and remember like the good old days, but then also after the 10 minutes are up, getting myself back up, getting all the work done that I need. Because before, I would stop my whole life. I would stop working. I would stop posting videos. I would completely just go offline, off the grid, and that's it. But this time round, I still want to show up for myself because I have stuff to do. And
I'm so proud of you.
yeah,
I love that.
And I think before I used to be like, because I catch myself thinking, oh, so what's he doing right now?
Yeah.
Oh, what's he, where is he? But then I'm in the same breath, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? Because that's more important. So I'm actually able to I'm now able to shift my thoughts.
Yes.
And before I used to be really scared of my thoughts, but now I can sit with them and actually rationalize them in my head without feeling anxious. Because this time around, I'm not anxious compared to like other times that I've had breakups. So it's weird. It's weird not feeling anxiety to the extent that I used to feel it, because I actually feel normal.
Yeah.
Like I actually feel like myself.
But you're allowed to feel all these things. Like you're actually allowed to feel okay. And then you're allowed to feel awful.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have to, and I think it's that, like you don't obviously have someone validating you at every step of the way, so you have to give yourself that validation. And when it comes to, you know, the first breakup that you experienced, when did you finally realize that you were moving on?
I think when I went through that breakup and I said, I'm never going to be okay, I'm never going to move on, I'm never going to find happiness in anything else, whether that be like friends, family, whatever. Like I just thought my happiness is gone. But when I started to realise, oh, my friends are here, my family is there, oh, I get to wake up every morning, I'm able to get to the gym, I'm able to walk, I'm able to like have food on my plate. And I think about my issues, and I know that they're real issues, but there are also bigger issues that when I hear things, it puts me in perspective, it puts my mind into perspective of, okay, I'm allowed to feel this and I'm allowed to go through this, but also I am so privileged that all I cry about is heartbreak. Like, I'm so grateful that that is the only thing that I worry about.
Yeah.
Because other people have much bigger worries and it's so difficult. But I need to be grateful that my only worry is, oh, this boy broke my heart. It's so trivial. It's so minor compared to everything else that's going on in the world. However, it is a feeling, and it does feel like your world's crashing down.
Of course.
But it's navigating, okay, now I just need to feel. Like, I can feel it, but let's move on now.
Yeah. And I saw you mentioned on one of your posts, and this kind of inspired me as well, but you mentioned on one of your posts that you're getting therapy. So are you currently in therapy, or were you getting therapy?
Currently not in therapy. I was in therapy before, but it was only 4 sessions online, and it was more of a ranting because of what I had gone through. I just needed someone to speak to. And it made me feel better, but I don't think it helped me because it was only 4 sessions and it was not in depth.
Was that counselling?
Yeah.
That was counselling. And what kind of therapy do you think you'd want to do?
I think I would want to do therapy right now where it kind of shows me why I'm like this and get to the issue, like the deep-rooted issue. So then I can start work my way back and then work my way forwards and just figure out why I'm like this.
Yeah. And to be able to see someone who feels things so deeply, especially in this society, I think, where, you know, you could find your next match on the next swipe and stuff like that, I think it's really beautiful to see someone who feels in that way. And it's not just surface level.
Yeah. I think in this generation, because I was on the dating apps before, and it's so difficult. Everything's surface level, everything's quick and easy, but being someone who is a deep feeler, and if they love, they love. If they hurt, they hurt. I think it's rare, and I think when I say why am I like this, I think it comes from more of a place of, in this time that we're in, showing emotions, showing like any kind of sensitivity is kind of bad. Like, we are shown to think, we're made to think that you're weak, or you're not strong, or you're not doing it right if you're showing this much emotion. And I think I have so many like strong people around me, like my sister, my mum, my dad, and I'm the only sensitive one who cries when they are sad, or or have a panic attack when they're anxious. We're just made to seem like it's wrong. It's wrong, when I'm trying to rewire my brain, I'm like, no, it's not wrong. Mm-hmm. It's just who I am. Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. So now that we've spoken about, okay, yes, dating now can seem so trivial. How would you approach dating now after everything you've been through?
Quick answer, I'm not dating.
Yeah, no, you're
no
done.
More dating.
No more.
I think, no more dating. This time is for myself. However, if I was to go back into it when I feel like I'm ready, I wouldn't put so much pressure on things. And I think because I've not done my full healing, and I know healing kind of looks different for everyone, and I don't think you can fully heal from someone, because, like, 100%. I think, and you shouldn't, because they were once in your life for a reason, and if you loved them, that love doesn't go, it always stays. And I think that's really nice, because why would you want that love to go? So I think, not putting pressure on it. And I think that will come with me healing myself, because I think right now I give 100% to everyone in my life. And I love that. But I think when they start to pull away, it affects me. Yeah. So no pressure. Just go with the flow.
Pour into you.
Pour into me. Love that. And I think the more I pour into myself, hopefully one day someone will be amazed by that and pour much more into my cup.
Of course. Your cup will be overflowing.
I want that.
Yeah, I want an overflowing cup.
Yes.
What are your non-negotiables now? And not for now, because I know you're not dating now, but what are your non-negotiables that you'll be going into any future relationship or dating scene with that you probably didn't have before?
So I wasn't picky when I was young. I didn't have a list of things that I wanted. I kind of just went off what was kind of in front of me, which I think when you're young is fine. It's the people that you go to school with, the people around you, it's like your friends' friends, you know. But I think now, once I start getting into dating, I do have a long list of things that I would want. And I think, even though they might be the bare minimum, it's so hard to find these days. I want someone who's gentle with their words. I want someone, it hurts them to hurt me, if that makes sense. Yes. I know in this kind of time, like, being someone's priority is quite difficult because everyone has their own lives, but you can make time for that person. You can love loudly as well. I think if you're going to be dating me going forward, you need to love me loudly. Yeah. You shouldn't be scared of emotions. You shouldn't be scared of showing love. Like, I just want to be shown off. Yes. If that makes sense. But not in like the posting me on your stories or anything. I just want you to love me. Yes. Yes, of course. And feel proud of the relationship that they're in. I love that. And from that, is that what a healthy relationship looks like to you? Like, what does a healthy relationship look like to you? Ooh, I don't think I've ever been in one. I've been in great relationships and I've been with great people. Have I been in a healthy relationship? I'm just not too sure, because I've had relationships where it's very surface level, as in, we're great, but we don't talk about our past. We don't talk about our emotions. We don't really go deep into things. But I've also had relationships where we do that, and they're very different. And I'm not sure which one I like or which one works for me. Yeah. And I think that comes with dating. I've just not dated a lot of people. I've dated around maybe 4 people in my life, and it kind of turned into relationships. So I just don't know what is right for me, and I think this time alone will be perfect for that.
Yeah.
But I think a healthy relationship to me just looks like a couple of best friends who want to enjoy life, want to travel whenever there is an issue. Because I've had a relationship before where for a whole year we didn't argue and we didn't fight, we didn't have disagreements, and it was kind of just everything was good.
Yeah.
But I think in that we held a lot of stuff in.
Yeah.
And then that's when it got really bad towards the end.
Yeah.
And I think that is not healthy.
Yeah.
So having issues in a relationship is so normal and so fine, but you need to find the right person to communicate with. They need to have a good communication style, the same as yours. You can't walk away. You can't sweep things under the rug, which is my toxic trait as well. I do that because I just want everything to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want any issues. I don't want any problems. I just want us to be fine. But saying that, I do communicate my issues a lot, and I don't hold stuff in.
Yeah.
And I think everyone knows that.
Yes. Something you said. So you said that next time you're going to have a long list. I love that, because I actually think if we're choosing who to spend, who knows, the rest of our lives with, or someone to spend a very big amount of time with, why shouldn't we be picky? There are so many people in this world, and of course there is someone who is going to tick, if not all of your boxes. What would you say to someone who says, because I've seen this in comments on social media, where women will share their lists on a green screen and stuff, and people will comment underneath and they will say, oh, but that's not realistic. You're being picky. What would you say to someone who wants to be picky, but I think rightfully so? Why not?
I think you should be picky, and that is also something I'm learning myself. It is so okay to be picky, because this person that you're choosing to be with for the rest of your life, or however long, is going to have to go through so much hardship with you. You're going to go through those arguments. You're going to go through deaths in your family. You need that support. You need that emotional support and the physical support of just having that person there. It's so important. Like, I can't stress enough. And I think that's why I may look like I'm sad and anxious all the time, because I've broken up with someone, but I've broken up with them because I know in the future they're not going to benefit me, or they're not going to be able to give me what I need. And I'm kind of proud of myself for that as well, because I could have just stayed in those relationships and seen it through and just, like, settled for the bare minimum. But I do know what I deserve.
Yeah.
It's the walking away that's really difficult.
Yeah.
But you do need to be picky.
Yeah.
Because you need to choose the right person for yourself, and hopefully one day for your kids as well.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I think that's what keeps me going forward,
Yeah.
and keeps me being picky, because if someone can shout at me, if someone can use horrible words towards me and treat me in a horrible, disrespectful way, what's to say, like, who's to say they won't do that to our kids, you know?
Yeah.
To my parents,
Yeah.
to my siblings.
Yeah.
So you should be picky.
So I have 3 closing questions for you. And the first one is, what has love taught you about yourself?
Ooh. Love has taught me that I can actually be loved. I love love.
Yes.
And I love seeing people in love. I love experiencing love. I love giving love. It has shown me so many ups and downs, but more ups. I love every relationship that I've been in. I love just who I was in them. I love who I am not in them. And I think it's just shown me a bright future. Like,
Yes.
I think in every single relationship, there's always been something amazing. And I just think if I could have that in one person at the end, then I can wait for that.
Of
you know,
course.
it's worth the wait.
Of course. I love that. And what's one thing you want younger Jahnvi to know?
Oh. Oh.
And this can be any age. This can be last year. This can be 7-year-old Jahnvi. What is one thing you want her to know? If you could see her right here, instead of me, picture her.
Oh, if I do that, I'll start crying. One thing that I would tell her is genuinely, and I know this is so, like, stupid, but everything is actually going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, all the worries that you have, they're so valid, but just know that you're going to be able to get out of them. Every time you say, I can't do this, I won't be able to go through this again, you can. Like, a year ago when I went through what I went through, I told myself I'm never going to be able to love the same, I'm never going to give someone my love or be able to trust them again, but I was able to, because I think as much as people can do things to affect you and make you think, I'm not going to be able to do this, it's who you are. Yes. And if you go into the next relationship, I thought it was going to alter me completely, but it didn't. It made me love actually harder, because I thought about everything that happened, and I thought, you know what, past is the past. I know who I am, and if I love 100%, I love 100%. If I trust 100%, I trust 100%, and that's okay.
Yes, and I think one thing that I think is so beautiful is, from what I saw, your trust didn't actually change. And I think that's wonderful, because you take each individual for who they are and what their journey has been, not what your past experiences have been.
But don't get me wrong, it was really difficult.
Really.
And I had moments.
Yeah.
And it did affect me.
Yeah.
But I think this time is needed for me, because the one person on this earth that I do not trust is myself. And that's with everything. So I'm so excited to just trust myself, and even the decisions that I make. You know, in the past, I've always said, was this the right decision? Was this the right decision? But I'm starting to realise every decision that I've made to this point has been the right one.
Yes, I see that. Good.
Yeah.
And what's one uncomfortable action you're really proud of taking?
No contact for a week.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And anyone who's considering no contact right now, as difficult as it is, because I know it's hard, what advice would you give them?
No contact for me has been so difficult in the past. That's where my anxiety peaks the highest. I cannot think about anything else. I stop everything and it takes over my whole life. The no contact this time, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if my frontal lobe has developed, but I am actually okay. And the no contact for me is the most difficult thing, because it's the person that you used to speak to every single day and used to lean on and have the support. But if I would say one thing, just do it. It's gonna hurt so much at the beginning, but you have to be so uncomfortable, and I think that's what I love showing on my page. You have to be really uncomfortable in order to grow, because otherwise you're just going to be in the same cycle. And I think this time I'm okay, because I do not want to repeat my cycles before of just getting back into something or not healing myself or contacting them again, because I don't want to be who I was a year ago or two, you know?
Yeah.
I want to be someone else. I want to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And if that means crying myself to sleep and being anxious and looking at old photos and crying, then so be it, because as long as I do that now, I won't have to do that a few months from now or a year from now. So I'd rather just get all of my emotions out now, no contact, and just deal with it. I think we don't deal with things I think in the world. We don't. We just fill our life with so many distractions that somehow we're there, but we're still in it. Yeah, I see myself doing that with my content. I post to feel better, or I post a picture to feel better, or I try and make myself feel better for a few seconds, and then I think, oh no, that didn't help. So this time I'm really just feeling my emotions for the first time.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
I love this. I felt like we were just having a little chit chat on the sofa.
Yeah,
I love that. And if anybody who's watching this wants to find your content because they're going through something similar and wants to resonate with you, or even just understand how we can get your incredible hair, do you want to tell them whether they can find you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You guys can find me on TikTok and Instagram. My username is JXHNVIX on TikTok. But yeah.
Thank you, and I hope you're looking forward to the next episode.